What's up, my essential unit? It's the Gentleman here. So this is my review on Monday Night Raw for the 26th of May 1997. This show was in Evansville, Indiana. This was a good episode of Monday Night Raw, a good cliffhanger. We'll get to the cliffhanger and my final ratings of this Raw at the end of this review. The show kicked off with Jim Ross interviewing both Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, talking about their main event match against Owen Hart and the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith for the WWF Tag Team Championships. Jim Ross said to Austin, "Are you gonna be coherent?" I'm not too sure what coherent mean. I'm guessing, are you and Shawn going to get along? Yeah, Austin said about, like, first off, he said he's the captain of this team, and Shawn says, "Who said you were captain?" Because Shawn and Austin are kind of like not getting along. Anyway, so Austin said, like, "I'm always coherent, taking something from the Hart Foundation," and he said to Shawn, "I don't like your ass." And then and Shawn says, "Everybody don't like me," and he kind of put him and Austin over, like, we're two toughest SOBs, we're gonna kick some ass. And then you got LOD, that is the Road Warriors, come down. They kind of confront both Austin and Shawn. You had Hawk and Shawn. I feel like Hawk says, "I want a title shot," and Shawn says, "You want a title shot?" And then Hawk says, "If you win." And Shawn says, "If you win, when we win, we're gonna give you a title shot. That's the promise." So yeah, I feel like they kind of argue a little bit between Austin and Shawn. We'll get more of that shortly after the first match. So the first match of this Raw, we got LOD. That is Hawk and Animal. They taken on the members of the Hart Foundation. That is Brian Pillman and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. I think the announcer says, or the commentary says, this is Brian Pillman's Raw debut, because he debuted for the company the previous year in 1996. Unfortunately, he did not wrestle due to, he had he really damaged his ankle, his leg in a car accident. So he never got he didn't got his first match with the company. So I'm guessing this is his first match in the company. So, and he brings up his history, like as a kid he went through surgery because he had cancer as a little kid. And also he brings up the Road Warriors, or LOD, because they won the tag team title belts in the WWF and the NWA. That's WCW. I don't think they won the WCW tag team titles when they were WCW. I'm talking about the company. Yeah, no, they were. Yeah, and also they won the tag team titles in the AWA. I think the tag team won tag team belts, and every single tag team belts. I think it's the Dudleys. They were the WWE Tag Team Champions, WCW Tag Team Champions. Yeah, they never wrestled in WCW. They won the WCW Tag Team title belts during the whole Invasion storyline. ECW Tag Team title belts, TNA Tag Team title belts. What was it, the IWGP Tag Team title belts? What was it, 24 times Tag Team Champions. I'm talking about the Dudleys. So far the Hardys, won. I think they won the WWF and I think the World Tag Team Championships, the TNA Tag Team Championships. They had a crack with the ROH Tag Team Championships, but lost to the Young Bucks. Anyway, I'm going off the topic, man. So anyway, I'm just bringing up the history. They brought the Road Warriors' history about winning the tag team titles in every single company. Anyway, so the match was and this is like I said, Brian Pillman's Raw debut. I understand. I've never seen Pillman's match in a WWE ring. In this segment, when I review WCW shows, already seen Pillman's matches in WCW. You know, he was flying Brian Pillman. He does the high flying stuff, but I get it. Like, he has to do, tone it down a bit because, heels don't really take risks because they end up, getting cheered because they're trying to get the heat. It was just like one dimensional. It was like it didn't really get out its second gear. It got out of second gear a bit. Then, in the end, you had the Road Warriors about to hit. I think trying to hit nine hard with the Doomsday device, but Owen and Bulldog came down to the ring, attacked the Road Warriors, and then Austin and Sean came to the rescue, and then Sean baseball slide drop kick Austin, and then Austin and Sean kind of arguing. They end up brawling, and then the referees in the suits and ties trying to pull Austin and Sean together. It was nothing special. It's just building up the main event between Bulldog, Owen, Austin, Sean for the tag team title belts. So it was nothing special. So moving on to, this is an advert or commercial of the Super Soaker. You had Sonny basically spraying the honky tonk man. Mon. I'm trying to be Jamaican. What's that, Mon? Anyway, so Sonny sprayed the honky tonk man with the water gun. He sprayed honky. It was so cartoonish. And then you had Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler in this commercial of the Super Soaker. I think King said to JR that, did you see honky tonk man getting sprayed in the hallway? And I think Jim Ross says, yes, I see. Anyway, it was just what it is, just promoting a water pistol. And also in the show, they kind of promote the King of the Ring. Yeah, the King of the Ring inflatable chairs, that was cool. They promote the whole show. It's just what it is because this show is the second last show before King of the Ring 1997. Then we got Paul Bearer's promo talking about he's about to reveal the secrets of Undertaker's past. I think like basically Vince basically I think he kind of insult Paul Bearer a bit, and Bearer says, how stupid you think I am, McMahon? He said like the secret's safe with my attorneys, with my deposit box. He has the key. And when he said like I'm not the old Paul Bearer, my hair's changed, my face changed, and also he's wearing a bit of the bandage because the last two Raws he was like covered with bandage because Undertaker fired a fireball into the face of Paul Bearer after his match with Mankind at Revenge of the Taker. And I understand they're trying to make it out always deformed after after get hit by the fireball or by the Undertaker. He's ditched the mustache. He had to grow back his mustache. That was later on in the year when he introduced Kane. He ended up ditching the white, pale skin, the dark hair, the dark mustache, and the high voice. Yeah, because the character was getting stale. Anyway, so back to this rest of this promo. He said about the end of the night, the end of this program, whether I reveal the secret or the Undertaker comes back to me. So it's the last time we see Paul Bearer on this show. So moving on to the next match. So the next match, we got D'Lo Brown taking on Bob Holly. There's only 4 Nation members in this group. You had Farouk the leader. You got Savio Vega and Crush and D'Lo Brown because they kicked out both JC Ice and Wolfie D. And I think Clarence Mason left the WWF. He ended up going to WCW. But part of the whole new Harlem Heat. That was during the feud between Booker T and Stevie Ray. Anyway, so this is more about Farouk on commentary. He's playing the race card. Said it's he said about like, are we friends? I'm your friend. Are you friends at work or carpooling or my son, my boy playing a basketball match, something like that. he he just play. This is racist, by the way, but you're not gonna see that in today's wrestling. It's about like what color of the slaves are there? Do we have a civil war in this country? Do we have slaves in this country? What colors are the slaves? Wow, you're never gonna see it in today's WWE, or really in pro wrestling general of the whole race card. Come on now, come on. Anyway, so the match nothing so much. In the end, D'Lo Brown hit Bob Holly with, I think it was a sit down powerbomb for the win. So then we got the Undertaker's promo. So yeah, the Undertaker promo is like this. So I worried about Farouk in 2 weeks' time. Because he's facing Farouk for the who defend the WWF title. My apology, against Farouk at King of the Ring. We'll get to King of the Ring next week because have to wait. I wait till next week because I need to review this Raw review this Raw and the Go Home show to King of the Ring. Sorry. Anyway, so Taker says about not worried about Farouk in 2 weeks' time, but in 1 hour, have to make a decision. A decision is gonna fit for the rest of my life. So yeah, it was a good promo. Like I said, not the last time I see Bearer and Undertaker. And also get back to the Shawn and Austin bit. This is, I think it's the first of many times that like a tag team was formed together, not getting along, end up forming a tag team. Shawn and Austin never fought tag team. It wasn't that long. It was a short period of time because years later you had Angle and Benoit, feuding and teaming up, and they become the first WWE Tag Team Champions in the SmackDown brand in the first brand split. Then Kane and Daniel Bryan, Team Hell No, and then you got Sheamus, Cesaro, The Bar. It's the first of many of these tag teams. Two tag team members are not getting along. They end up becoming tag team champions. So anyway, moving on to we got this segment. We got a promo with Jerry the King Lawler talking about his match with Goldust. He said about Goldust, he's got a identity crisis. First he was Dustin Runnels. That's really his real surname, Runnels, not Rhodes. Not just Dustin's last surname. His dad's Dusty's real surname, and also his brother Cody's name. That's his name, Runnels, not Rhodes. So like I said, he said he's got an identity crisis. First he was Dustin Runnels, then he was Goldust. Now he wants to be the King of the Ring. We all seen the tear pouring through his face about your old man, and he called Dusty Rhodes. He kind of name dropped Dusty Rhodes because at the time Dusty was working with WCW at the time. Sorry, I say a time twice, but he said, he called Dusty Old Dust. I knew Dusty Rhodes. And he told me that the reason why I hate you because you married that gold digger. That is Terry Runnels, because at the time she was Marlena. He called first off, and also I'm gonna say I wrote it down. I wrote it down, but I'll get to that shortly. So he called Goldust his daughter Dakota a brat, and also I think he said like what's your daughter's name, Dakota? You should have called her Target, because everybody in Atlanta have a hit for her or something like that. What the fuck is Laura? It doesn't really make any sense. Why did he call her Target? What the fuck does that mean? Anyway, and also he said about like wearing a wig, kissing dudes like a fag, and he had to bleep it out. You like the Farouk race card, but you're never gonna see today's wrestlers or today's wrestler in any company, calling someone a fag. I think the last time in my knowledge, so like some wrestler dropped the word faggot was AJ Styles. That was in the NWA TNA weekly pay-per-view era. AJ called someone a fag because Christian. Because AJ is a Christian. anyway, but you're never gonna see a wrestler doing that. Calling someone a faggot, playing the race card. I understand why they're getting edgy because at this time, because Raw was still getting their ass kicked by Nitro in the ratings war, still in the middle of the ratings war, the 83-week streak by Nitro. They end up breaking Nitro's streak the following year, but I understand why they have to go edgy, but because if you do it too much of it, you end up risking and alienate your viewers, pissed off the wrong people. So yeah, anyway, so the next match. This is another first round match of the 1997 King of the Ring tournament. Jerry the King Lawler versus Goldust. This match was fun. I like this match. Marlena hitting Lawler in the face. But yeah, because Lawler, I think like part of Lawler's promo says everyone will have tears in their face. Anyway, so and also you had Lawler called Marlena a gold digger. I don't understand why, because I know gold diggers is like women like care about money, but and also she's wearing gold at the time, so, and she had blonde hair. But anyway, so and also both Lawler and Goldust hit each other with the power driver. And one more of the match, Goldust kind of rubbed his belly button, or rub his belly around Lawler's face. I get the Goldust character at the time. First it was a gay character, then all of a sudden they kind of turn it into a bisexual thing because he's got wife and kids. And also before the start of this, before the start of this match, you had this video segment. This was from I think it was the 16th of December's episode of Raw from 1996. That there was a segment between Goldust and Lawler, and Lawler said to Goldust, "Are you queer?" He also bleeped it out. Like I say, you're not gonna see someone in today's pro wrestling saying the word, calling someone a fag or a queer. I don't want to get into it. You're not gonna see that. It's just what it is. So anyway, so in the end, Lawler got the victory. Rolled up. He kind of dirty pin Goldust, rolled him up, his foot on the ropes without the referee noticing, for the win. And then afterwards, Goldust got his win back. Not his win back, but his heel. He got his heat back. Attacking Jerry the King Lawler. You had Marlena basically walk onto Lawler's stomach, and that was it. So, and also they kind of show like a footage of China's maybe it's at the. I think it was at the Hunter Hearst Helmsley match. We'll get to that a little bit later on. I'm going to talk about that. I think it's that match I'll talk about. Goldust Lawler, or the Helmsley match we'll talk about a bit later on. So anyway, so yeah, it was a good match. Lawler basically Goldust lost 2 matches in a row. You kind of book him like a loser. He ended up like doing a whole storyline like he's divorcing Terry Reynolds. They're married in real life. I don't know if they're still married in real life. I'm not really sure about that. So, but I'd rather have Goldust getting the fight to win. I understand Lawler in qualify for the King of the Ring because he's the king. But one nitpick about it is there's no like bracket who's in the tournament, who's not in the tournament. It's kind of like, what the hell? I want to see some like continuity, show who's in the tournament. So anyway, so I feel like this tournament's a bit lackluster in my opinion. There's one match. I think we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, the next match. So the next match, we got Flash Funk taking on Rocky Maivia. This was just not. It was mediocre shit. It's more about the headbangers, Marsh and Thrasher. They came from the crowd holding inflatable King of the Ring chairs. They're just like, we're having a party, some shit like that. I think they're acting like Beavis and Butthead. I think at the time, I think it was still around back then. It was still, I don't know what year that Beavis and Butthead was. I think it was around 96, 97. Because South Park was debuted that year. I think it was later on in the year. But I'm not too sure. I'm not keen on Beavis and Butthead. It's just not my cup of tea. So anyway, the match is meh, and this is a stupidity booking of this. So anyway, so you had the Headbangers attack both Rocky Maivia and Flash Funk. The referee, Team White, did not call for the bell. In the end, Maivia, the Future Rock, hit the crossbody onto Flash Funk for the win. Yeah, why they never call for the bell? What the fuck? I'm moving on, man. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my, losing my fucking I'm gonna lose my brain cells for doing this, man. It's so stupid. They just basically hit. They're not. This is not. They basically got. Basically, this should be a DQ, and also, nope, not a DQ. Continuing the match without any logic. It's just like this is something like WWE will do it in today's product. Doing like someone like attack someone, and that causes a DQ, and the match still go on. I don't get it. So, I forgot to write. Also, I'm gonna talk about right now. I kind of missed it. So, yeah, and then you got the Hart Foundation attacking Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Heartbreak. Really, he didn't really attack Austin. That was Pillman, Bulldog, and Owen and Neidhart. Attacking Stone Cold Steve Austin. Then Austin came to a dressing room, seeing Shawn Michaels also got attacked. That was off screen. They're kind of arguing. It's kind of like all they're on the same page. It's really hyping up the main event. And then we got Vader versus Ahmed Johnson with Ken Shamrock in commentary. Match was alright. It was okay for what it is. In the end, Ahmed Johnson hit Vader with the spine buster for the win. And then we got Paul Bearer's other promo, and in that promo says the Sands is running out of the hourglass. Undertaker. I said about this. This secret is it's burning me. It's holding up my conscience for long. I'm gonna say those words, and so something like that. And the one in that promo, in this promo, he said about like, I'm gonna do what no Giant will do, no Warrior will do, and no Immortal will do. I'm gonna make you beg on your knees. But like the Giant, Warrior, and Immortal is referencing Andre the Giant, the Ultimate Warrior, and Hulk Hogan, because Warrior and Hogan are on very bad terms. I think Andre was on good terms, because his body was breaking down. He died in 1993. He didn't really left on bad terms. He retired, so he left on good terms. Andre the Giant, but Warrior and Hogan, they left on very bad terms. For Warrior, he was on overpaid dispute. Hogan, he's friend to testify against Vince in the Supreme Court, and also he's with WCW, the competition at the time, trying to put his company out of the business. So, and he says the clock is ticking, Undertaker. And he did the whole "oh yes." I'm trying to remember the promo that well, only a little bit. So, and then we got Hunter Hearst Helmsley taking on Rockabilly. Before that, you had this video package of Triple H drinking the wine with a girl with blonde hair. Then he went to a jewelry shop, looking at some jewelry. And it's funny that so they're trying to hype out like Triple H is gonna win King of the Ring. He ended up winning the King of the Ring tournament, but he's the Connecticut blue snob. That's much of his gimmick. It's a video package of him drinking wine and going to a jewelry. They don't really showcase a lot of Hunter Hearst Helmsley stuff. You feel like he's the normal guy on the roster. You don't see him doing segments like actual filming segments of him actually going to a jewelry shop, going to his mansion. I think the Hunter Hearst Helmsley gimmick before he became the jacked up Triple H in the late 90s, going into the mid 2000s and beyond, that it looks cool. It wasn't goofy. It's more like a rich. He's a guy like brags about his wealth. So, and also I think in that Goldust Lawler match, and maybe in this match, there's a video package of China bear hugging Marlena. Why they did that, I get it was months ago. Why they keep showing it, I don't know. Yeah. Helmsley taking on Rockabilly. That is Billy Gunn with black hair or dark hair with the honky top man in his corner. We got two future members of D-Generation X that they end up reunited, the following year in 1998 after Sean retired due to the back injury. Anyway, so I feel like during this match, you had Honky trying to hit Helmsley with the guitar. China snatched the guitar right off the hands of the Honky Top Man, and China body slams Honky onto the ground. In the end, Helmsley hit the pedigree onto Rockabilly for the win. How the fuck are giving Billy Gunn a push? They try to do that so many times. They didn't. They gave him the push in '99. Having winning the 1999 King of the Ring tournament. That he won it, and his push was demolished. It has to do with Rock cutting that God promo, and also at the same time, he's not really. I don't see. Billy Gunn's not really a singles guy. They have him. Speculation that he's gonna win the IC title, but unfortunately have him switch, be part of the hardcore title division. That's WrestleMania 15. That's another story for another time. Every time they're trying to push Billy Gunn, it end up falling flat in their faces. He went on to win the IC title in the year 2000, but that's not really catching fire. So moving on to we'll get to the Jim Ross Mankind interview later on, or shortly. Then we got another promo by The Undertaker. I think it says sometime in life you gotta make a decision that you don't want to do, but you have to do. He said to Paul, you got to do what you want to do, and as the turn, I have to do whatever I do. Something like that. It's not really a strong Undertaker promo, so it's just what it is, building up to the main event segment. Is Bearer going to reveal the secret, or Undertaker reunite with Paul Bearer? Then we got Jim Ross interviewing Mankind. This is the second interview segment. It's all about Mick Foley. The referencing Mick Foley going to Madison Square Garden to see Don Morocco and Jimmy Snuka, and they did show a footage of basically of that match. Snuka and Morocco. Snuka did the splash off the cage, and showing Mick Foley there. That inspired Mick Foley to become a pro wrestler. So I think he said about I don't want to ride on horses on the field, or fish for trout, or was it fish for fish for trout in a stream. He wants to be with the blood and guts. So he stuck his thumb out, basically hitchhiked to get to Madison Square Garden, and also brings up he made a movie. I'm not Mick Foley, I'm not Mankind, I'm Dude Love. And, the video archives of Mick Foley as Dude Love, backyard wrestling, and also seeing footage of him jumping off the roof onto his friend, onto it looks like a bed, but actually it was a concrete pillow or some shit. How the fuck he's not dead after this, so. And also, it really pays him off. He got trained by, I don't know who the guy, what's his name? What's Mick Foley's trainer? Demushi? I can't pronounce his name. I can't remember. I might do it next time. If I can't remember, I might bring it up. What is Mick Foley's trainer? He said that thing. He said this movie pays him off. It paid off for him. There's also video archives of him training. He said, Jim Ross says he was training. He was sleeping in his car. I don't know what brand of his car. He said about Shawn Michaels, brings up Shawn Michaels. He doesn't remember him, seeing his scarred and with a battered body. He said to him, "What envisions you?" And he said he looks down on me, and then he brings up the girls and the jewelry and the tattoo. He said one day might have the tattoo on my chest, put back the jewelry. He said that maybe it's not the right time to bring Do Love back. It's not the right time to bring Cactus Jack. And there's also a video package of Cactus Jack in Japan. So they're going to bring that interview segment next week. I've seen all the interview segments of Mick Foley and Jim Ross. I led to Mick Foley, Mankind, basically Mandible Claw Jr. So he called him Jimmy. But anyway, but overall I like this. It was comparing. It's all about Mick Foley. Because at this moment in time, this Mankind character was one-dimensional. It's starting to get stale. Yeah, he ended up doing that. Combat these severe the ranged Mankind in his 1998 feud with the Undertaker, led up to the match at Hell in a Cell at King of the Ring the following year in 1998. So moving on to the tag team title match. So we got Owen Hart and the British Bulldog represent the Hart Foundation. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot. I forgot. I feel like I forgot the Hart Foundation promo. I wrote it down. Oh my god, shit, I forgot it. I'm gonna talk about it anyway before we get to the main event. So, anyway, Brett says about King of the Ring is like a jungle, like a lion going into an antelope. It brings up like he's facing Shawn Michaels, all the Hart Foundation, got it handcuffs, and then wrestle Shawn Michaels in 10 minutes. If I fail to do that, I will never wrestle in the United States of America ever again. For Pillman's promo, he said to Austin, like, with former tag team partners, former friends, a friend is somebody that knows everything about you. I know a thing about you. He said about something I do something a long time ago. I'm gonna pull your head off your ass. I think he ends it with like, you're a king in your own pathetic world. With Bulldog, he has I think he had stitches around his head, and he said about, I'm gonna shove this towel belt down your throat. Owen's promo was a bit stronger. He said about like him and Austin and Shawn says, we're gonna expose you like losers. We're united. We're united as one. You're gonna we're united as one, and you're gonna defy. You're defiable as you fall. Something like that. I'm gonna say it again. Sorry, I'm speaking too fast. I feel like we're united we stand, divided you fall. Yeah, that was a good promo. Then and that was a good promo by Owen and Owen. It was a good promo. It says like, we're gonna win it, and you're gonna end up like not getting along. Beat your losers, something like that. So it was good, good promo. And then let's get back to the main event. By the way, so like I said, Owen and the British Bulldog, David Boy Smith, represent the Hart Foundation, defending the WWF Tag Team Championships against Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. I forgot to write down Shawn Michaels' name, so I did. Sorry. Anyway, so this was the match of the night, in my opinion. This was good, back and forth. This moments like the referee getting distracted by Owen, both Bulldog and Owen ganging up on Austin, and then Austin, you had one moment, I think Owen pushed Austin trying to get into the ring, trying to go after Owen, but the referee's trying to stop him. Bulldog hit the running power slam onto Michaels. Austin did the breakup. I think one did there was like a moment like Shawn rolled up Bulldog with the sunflip roll up, but referee got distracted. There was a hot tag denied because the referee did not see Austin with the hot tag. In the end, Austin did got the tag, and then Shawn hit the switching music onto, I think it was on Bulldog. Austin pins Bulldog, and Austin and Shawn are the new WWF Tag Team Champions. And then also the rest of the Hart Foundation mostly beat down on Shawn. Austin going after Brett. Basically re-injured his knee because he's going to face Shawn Michaels in a match at King of the Ring. We'll get to King of the Ring next week. And then I think after this segment you had Shawn's Austin says basically claimed victory by himself, says I've done this by myself, and then Shawn and Austin once again continue arguing. It says who took out Bulldog and something like that. So you didn't, it's basically and I don't know, it led up to Austin and Shawn fighting at King of the Ring. Like I said, you have to get to King of the Ring next time. Got to review the Go Home show to King of the Ring. So moving on to the main event segment. So time is up. If this is a make or break for the Undertaker, that he's going to reunite with Paul Bearer, or is Bearer going to expose the secret? He did expose the secret a bit. So it says this thing's burning against me ever since Brother Love brought me to the WWF. He didn't brought me on the he didn't bring me in from the streets, because Brother Love is Bruce Pritchard. That's Brother Love is Bruce Pritchard. So he says, remember that morning, the holes have been fulfilled, the burial vault has been brought down, and the vermin worms are crawling into the dirt. It brings up, seeing your tear in your going down to your face, and he brings up there's like standing near the gravesite, and he said like not just your mother and your father. It's not one or two gravestones. There's 3 gravestones, and you thought that he's gonna reveal the secret. Yeah, not revealing the secret anyway. But anyway, Undertaker came out of nowhere. Just not came out of nowhere, but came trying to stop Paul Bearer to reveal the secret. He said about like the hounds of hell will bay from the secret that your attorney will reveal. He said like I loathe you, not loathe you. I despise you. I hate you. Make him forced to do it. Make this decision. And also says I give you Paul Bearer before that he said I give you plenty of times. 7 sunsets and 7 sunsets were down. And he says there's many people over the years that adore me, and most of them forgive. And then basically Undertaker grab Paul Bearer by the throat, and Paul Bearer's laughing, not laughing, kind of smile, pointing at the Undertaker, and he's trying to reveal properly really truly reveal the secret. But instead of trying to chokeslam Paul Bearer, and also in that first promo says, if anything happened to me, I'm going to reveal the secret anyway. But instead of like Taker, chokeslam Paul Bearer, and standing tall to end the show, or Paul Bearer, it'd be cool if if I like Shawn Undertaker chokeslam Paul Bearer, and then also Paul Bearer managed to get up and reveal the secret anyway. But instead, Taker just like let go of the throat of Paul Bearer. Did the going down to, he said like Paul Bearer said in the second promo that he will make Undertaker beg down to one knee. He did that. Did the Undertaker taunt, and that was it. And that was the show go off the air. So wow, that was a good cliffhanger. We'll get to the go home show next time. So anyway, so my final rating for this Raw, I give it an 8 out of 10. This was a good show. The 2 matches I like is Goldust Lawler. It's not like a great match, but it was a fun match to watch. And the match of the night for me were the tag team title match between Bulldog and Owen versus Shawn and Austin. This was it was built around the tag team title match and the secret between Undertaker and Paul Bearer. Besides that, nothing else stands up for me. Some matches were okay. I don't like the Rocky Maivia Flash Funk match. It was kind of meh. Typical TV Raw match with no time. It was basically a 4-minute match. I get it. It's Raw back then. It's a 2-hour show. Compared to right now, it's 3 hours. It's watchable. So, anyway, so hope you enjoyed my review of Monday Night Raw for the 26th of May, 1997. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button. Click the bell. Click the like. Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. Be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. And next time I'll review the 2nd of June episode of Raw, the Go Home show to King of the Ring of Raw. That will be next time. So this is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later, folks.